In this video, I'm going to show you guys everything you need to know before you decide to buy any delete pulley kit for the K20 or the K24A2. In this video, I'm going to show you guys everything you need to know before you decide to buy any delete pulley kit for the K20 or the K24A2. Which includes the front mount AC power steering pulley delete kit and what belt you should use with it, or the upper side mount pulley delete kit and what belt you need to use with it. And I'm going to show you the differences between the K20 and the K24 alternators and what your options are. This is the K24 and this one is the K20 alternator. I'm going to show you photo comparisons. And we're going to go through all the belt options. I'm going to show you how to read the belt, how to determine the size, and how to know which one you need. So first things first, I think I should go over the alternators first. Both alternators will fit on either block. Whether you have the K20 or the K24, the A2, the A, it doesn't matter. Okay? This is the K24 alternator. There are three differences maybe. First difference is the K20 alternator puts out between 105 and 110 amps versus the K20 alternator only puts out 90 amps. So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to go on Amazon and I'm going to show you the discrepancies. We're going to go for the 2004 RSX alternator, which is for the 2.0 liter engine. We're going to go to Amazon's choice, overall pick. And even though it tells you it'll fit 2.0, 2.4 in the upper description, you can see that it specifically says will not fit my 2004 TSX, which is the K24. But when we look here, we see that it says 90 amps. That's going to confirm that it's the 2.0 alternator, not the 2.4. So now we're going to go look at the 2004 TSX, which has the K24A2 engine. That's the 2.4 liter. Right there, we're going to click on it. And we're going to look at the one that's on my list that I already have. It's just in my list. Now, it also says 2.0 and 2.4, but you can clearly see now it says it fits my TSX, clearly. Now we're going to scroll down and we're going to look for, it says 105 amps, not 90. It's going to go down a little further and it's going to be into the specifications. And we're going to zoom into it. Right there, you see where it says 105 amps? I'm going to zoom into it for you. See it? Those are the two differences for the amperages. They both have the same size pulley as far as I'm concerned. Now, you cannot interchange the pulleys from the K20 to the K24 because the back of the pulley is different. It will not sit, even if you grind the face of the radiator chassis, it will not go on. So this photo I created to show you why you are not able to use the pulley for the K24 alternator and put it onto the K20 alternator. The alternator here in this photo is the K20 alternator. The photo to the upper right with the black pulley is the pulley that goes to the front mount K-tuned pulley delete kit. It is an offset pulley and it is pushed forward 4.16 millimeters. If you look at the image to the upper left, you can see that the silver pulley that belongs to the K24 is closer into the chassis, but the problem is it doesn't sit right because if you look below, you can see the opening is 17 millimeters for each one, but the thickness of the neck that slides down onto the shaft are different thicknesses. You can see the black one to the right is a lot thinner versus the silver one to the left is thicker. So the casing for the alternator chassis will not allow it to drop in. Grinding the top of the radiator chassis only works when you are using the offset pulley that comes with this kit right here. Ask me how I know, because I tried removing as much material as I could, leaving 1 millimeter, and I also took down this flare here by like another 2 millimeters. So all in general, I took it down about 3.3 millimeters, but the maximum distance that I measured with the offset, which is how far the stock pulley sticks out versus the aftermarket offset pulley if you are using the front mount pulley delete kit, is about 4.16 millimeters. and there is not enough material here for you to remove that. You would be completely flush, and then there is going to be no way for it to sit. I ended up removing so much material that I had to use a washer in front of it so that the bolt can actually, compress this down onto the shaft. So the whole time I've been using the K20 alternator, and when I bought a new alternator, because I lost the original pulley from that one, I have the offset pulley here, and this one's in good condition. It's fine. This one was just a spare. So I went ahead and I bought the K24 alternator. It mounted in, but the problem is, and I'm going to show you a comparison right now. You see this bracketry? This pulley is off center. It sticks out further. So if it's mounted on the engine and it's facing this way, this pulley is further forward, which puts it further away from the rest of the pulleys. Now here's a photo comparison. Or I'm going to keep this simple. The alternator on the left is for the K20, which is the one that's currently on my engine. The alternator on the right is the alternator for the K24, which is the new alternator that I have on the table. Now, the pulley on the K24 sits forward by an extra inch. That is described on the markings that I've put on it. You can see the orange gap is larger than the red gap, and that has to do with the casing design. You can see that it's the same design, but the mounting locations are shifted slightly to the side on the K24 versus the one on the left is more centered. That is why you need a larger belt that is at least 1 to 1.5 inches larger if you're going to use the K24 alternator with the side mount pulley delete kit. So now that you see what the difference is between the two of them, the problem I was having when I put the K24 alternator on my K24 block and I went to go use the belt that I've been using, I couldn't get it on, not even by removing this tensioner pulley just to get the belt around it and then force the pulley back in place. I've seen some people do it on YouTube, and I was able to do it when I had my K20 alternator. That belt barely went on. This belt is 48.9 millimeters, and it is a Jack Spania belt. And how do you measure a belt? Let me zoom in for you. You see that number 1230? Every belt has a different number. You read them all the same. 1230 is 1,200 millimeters. So you go on Google, you get your millimeters to inches app. So I needed about at least an inch and a half to 2 inches extra wiggle room. And now I'm going to show you the different belt sizes and the one that I purchased. So my existing Jack Spania belt was barely 49 inches. This belt that I'm showing you is a K-tuned belt, and the part number on it, you read it by millimeters. And that gives you the size inches, which is going to be 1.5 inches larger than what I already have, which is going to fit great. So we're going to take the part number from the K-tuned belt, which is 1283, which is 1283 millimeters. In inches, that's 50.5 inches, which is 1.5 inches larger than my pre-existing Jack Spania belt, which are these dimensions here. Quick reference once again to the Jack Spania belt, 1230. And we put that 1230 into this app, 1,230 millimeters, transitions to 40.4 inches, which isn't even 49 inches. So I'm getting a great deal of extra belt length. So now that you know the differences, the belt that's coming is going to be 1.5 inches bigger than this, and it is actually going to fit when I put my K24 alternator back on my K24A2 engine with the side mount pulley. I'll be able to put the belt on without removing the pulley to try to finesse it. It should just go right over it on the lowest setting, giving me still enough room to add a little bit of tension. And an extra tip for you guys, I've broken about 5 of these upper alternator bolts with this setup because there's just too much flexibility on this bracket. Once you start making overstock horsepower, once you're making anything around 230 horsepower to the crank and up, you're going to start ripping stuff. Usually one of these bolts will last me about a month. I just bored out my manifold intake inlet. I bored it to the same opening to the Skunk 2 throttle body so that I don't have to use this 3mm step anymore. And I bored it out so large that this fits inside of it. Stock opening on the manifold is what? 64mm. And now it's 70mm. So that's a pretty big difference. And without making any changes to my tune, because now it's breathing a little bit better, without making any changes, I just had to reposition my TPS sensor, recalibrate it, and I had to readjust the throttle pit, how to close it a little more, because now it's breathing better at idle. I was out for 2 hours. I broke it. I broke it in 2 hours, and I wasn't even in low gear. I was in 6th gear on the highway, and I heard something go ping and just fly off. So yeah, I'm definitely making at least 250 or more to the block right now. So like I said, you start breaking those. Here's the part number. Let me show you something. I don't know which part number goes to which bolt, but I've been to Ace Hardware many times. If you have an Ace Hardware, they can find it for you. Just bring whatever you have and they can match it. But these are the part numbers. These two bolts are for the lower part of the alternator, which run here. And then this top one is for the upper. Now there's something else you need to know. I'm going to show you this photo of the two alternators again. I'm going to show you. Another thing that you noticed is for the K20 alternator, these legs on here are about half as wide. And for the K24, they're as wide as you're seeing them. So these are part numbers for this size is for the K20 alternator. Because if you try to use it for the K24, it really doesn't give you enough to grab, because these threads don't start from the very surface. Those threads are a little bit countersunk. So it's not even gonna grab. So these would just have to be about, I would say, half an inch longer, a third of an inch to a half an inch longer. This you're gonna want to be longer as well. You're gonna want this to be longer because when it breaks off, there's about this much left in it. So I would say an extra half inch would give you more bite. But at the same time, if it breaks off and you have to tack weld a bolt to the broken end of it on the block, there might be a little bit more tension in the threads for you to try to get it off without your weld breaking that you tacked on there. Another tip, I guess I should say while I'm here, this tensioner bolt for the upper side mount Pulley Delete Kit is a lot longer than what you see in it here. I had to cut off, grind, and clean it up with the file. I had to clean it because I took off this much of it, this much width of it, because it was longer than what I needed it. And when it's all set in place, it sticks out so far that it's hitting the alternator. And when the alternator is up here, it's not making contact, but it's so close to it that you can't really put a tool to this to put tension on it. So I just cut off a little bit on it. So before I end this video, I'm going to show you one more comparison of the two alternators side by side. And I'm going to show you the part numbers and the lengths for each belt so that you know what you need to do. Have a good one. If you found this video helpful in any way, all I want is 2 favors from you. Like and share this if you know anybody that's also in the game. Number 2, let me know what time you guys usually log on YouTube when you're doing your car stuff, just so I can upload more accordingly. Thanks.